Welcome to Prejudice Destiny channel. Now we know what Super El Niño is, but that's only the beginning. To understand why Super El Niño is so powerful, then we should travel to the Pacific Ocean, where the chains of extraordinary events begin there. Now you will observe the heat distribution from the sun. Now oceanic areas they receive heat, which is called the solar insolation. Now this solar insolation is the prime source of heat, which is observed in tropical and lower latitude regions. So this is what it is. And the ocean gets suddenly heated by sun. Sun is very hot. It would melt your face off if you traveled on to that place. This is really what's happening in Pacific, which is the largest ocean in the world. To exaggerate this phenomena, you would find also very strong wind movement also, which is observed in Pacific. Now this wind movement, why is it strong? Because in general this frictional force is very less, so the wind tends to become anyways very powerful. So now these are called trade winds. Now these winds push the warm water along with them. So the cooler subsurface water emerges and this impacts the sea surface temperature. What is this? That is called sea surface temperature. Now for example, you have offshore. Now this offshore keeps dragging warm water along with them, and then the cooler subsurface water emerges, and this creates a high sea surface temperature. Now this higher sea surface temperature is associated with low pressure. The low pressure zone is actually created. Okay, so now there is another example. But I forgot to tell one thing. That is what means this onshore winds keep pushing and dumping the water along with them. But let us say another example. Now you have offshore winds. This is not onshore winds. Then the opposite will happen. Now these offshore winds will drag the water away. And now this is it. The cooler subsurface water emerges to the subsurface. Now this also brings nutrients and induces greater phytoplankton population in fisheries in the regions. But in this area in particular, when you observe the subsurface water emerging to the ocean, then this creates a lower sea surface temperature. Now this lower sea surface temperature is associated with high pressure. The high pressure zone is created. So this intense wind movement move the water and keep dragging along with them. So this is the process how Super El Niño happens. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned to find out in our next episode.